Good morning and welcome to NewsDesk. We're live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125, across all our social media handles. We are Joe News on TV. Coming up within the next 60 minutes, the Education Minister is expected to brief Parliament today on how government plans to clear the 118 million Ghana cedis debt owed WAEC. We're live in Parliament for details as WAEC remains unsure about releasing WASI results for senior high school students today due to financial constraints. Also coming up, the Ghana Boundary Commission is confident the passage of the Ghana Boundary Commission bill will help align its operations with global best practices. This morning on NewsDesk, we will engage the Commissioner General of the Ghana Boundary Commission. My name is Faustina Safo. It's a good time to take a seat and be my guest. Thanks for choosing us. We are your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Now, Parliament has passed the Ghana Boundary Commission Bill 2023. The new legislation seeks to enhance Ghana's ability to address Ghana's boundary demarcation challenges and resolve disputes efficiently. Commissioner General of the Ghana Boundary Commission, Major General Emmanuel Kotua, is confident the bill will help the Commission align its operation with global best practices. The Ghana Boundary Commission Bill 2023 was among other legislation that was delayed due to a legal standoff in Parliament. Well, thankfully, I have the Commissioner General of the Ghana Boundary Commission with me here on NewsDesk, Major General Emmanuel Kotua. Thank you so much for your time here as we explore the benefits of this bill. Now, the passage of the Ghana Boundary Commission bill delayed due to the impasse in Parliament, and that disrupted sittings for a week. I'm sure you're pleased now that the bill has finally been passed.
Very much. Good morning to your viewers. Very pleased. As you know, we started this process in 2020, and somewhere along the line, we had to review it because there was a change after the elections. There was a change of ministers, so we needed to send this back to cabinet. And for a very long time, we've been working on it from 2021 up to date. Now, as you are aware, the key object of the bill is to establish the Ghana Boundary Commission to determine and demarcate the land boundaries of Ghana and to delimit the maritime boundaries of Ghana in accordance to accepted international law and principles, and to protect and secure the interests of the Republic of Ghana. But let me mention that the passage of this bill, that means that the Ghana Boundary Commission BA Act 795, which was passed by Parliament in 2010, will then be repealed.
Let's get into the details of the bill. I know it grants the Commission the power to introduce social intervention programs to improve the living conditions of residents in underprivileged border communities. I'm wondering what other provisions are there in the bill that will make your work more efficient?
Traditionally, the functions of the Commission as established by the bill is to demarcate and conduct reaffirmation of land boundaries. That is one aspect so far as land boundaries is concerned. And also to delimit maritime boundaries. And that is more of a traditional of boundary commissions across Africa and probably to the larger extent the world. Now, the new innovations in the commission, in the functions, that is in line with international best practices and also in line with the African Union Convention on cross-border cooperation, is cross-border cooperation with neighboring countries. This was something that was clearly missing in the repealed act. So that is something innovative that is coming. In addition, one innovation, as you mentioned earlier, is the social intervention in the private border communities, and that is very key so far as our functions are concerned. You will not believe it. When you go to some of the border communities along our international boundaries, they lack roads, they lack social amenities, schools, lack of water. For the past 1 year, we've been concentrating, we've been making efforts to get funding from development partners and other sources, including government funding, to intervene in some of these communities that I've mentioned.
I'm just wondering where you'll be getting funding for this.
Yes, our source of funding. One key reason why we had to amend the act was that there was no provision made, no financial provision made in the old act, in Act 795. So the new thing that is coming on is that apart from government funding, it gives us the leverage to be able to collaborate with development partners. And let me mention that currently, one of the key development partners, German development partner, using this implementation agency, the GIZ, has supported us in a number of projects, including providing funding for the construction of a new boundary place between Ghana and Togo. Now, they do this in collaboration with the other neighboring countries. In addition, we have already had talks with the Chinese embassy in Ghana. They are ready to provide us funding so far as social intervention activities are concerned, as well as the French embassy and Japan using JICA. So these are positive news that are coming. But the German government has been very supportive from the year 2021, including field visits, including meetings that we hold, including even sponsorship of workshops that we have been having across the African continent.
Now, boundary disputes has always been one of the Commission's key challenges. How does this legislation strengthen your mandate to resolve boundary disputes for Ghana?
So the legislation reinforces the functions. This new legislation reinforces the functions of the Boundary Commission. Now, what is new here is that we are going to utilize District Security Council, the committees of boundary or bodies of District Security Council who are along the international boundaries. We are going to utilize them as a local negotiating entity for localized international boundaries. Once it happens and then they inform us, they will use them as a first step before we can come in to deal with those issues at the state level.
How would the bill help maintain peace along Ghana's porous borders and improve living conditions? Because I know that we're facing a lot of threats because of terrorists and the activities along our borderlines.
So our main function is to demarcate and reaffirm the international boundaries. Now, one of the key features or characteristics of a state is to have defined boundaries. Now, without defined boundaries, you might not be able to identify, you cannot call yourself a state in the first place. So with the boundaries, it gives us a definition of the state of Ghana. Now, having that definition, we are then able to inform the security agencies that these are our limits. And for that matter, this is where our sovereignty lies. So if there are any issues, these are our limits by which we can be able to operate. We cannot go beyond, and we have to operate within our limits. If there is any instance where we need to go beyond our international boundaries, the Ghana Boundary Commission and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other agencies will come in. Now, let me mention here that if you look at the revised composition of the governing board of the Ghana Boundary Commission, it's a strategic body and it is ministerial. It's made of ministers. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Attorney General, you have the Minister of Lands, the Minister of Transport, you have the Minister of National Security, the Minister of Interior as part of it. It's a very strategic and important entity. And for that matter, the leaders at that level are very well informed and they give directions on how the Boundary Commission can be able to conduct its activities. In addition, we have the bill has established technical committees. Now, apart from the board and the activities of the commission, there are specific technical committees like the Land Technical Committee, which composition is made of actors from the technical field, and also Maritime Technical Committee, who are also made of such actors, who have various specialist information, specialist knowledge so far as those issues are concerned.
I know you work hand in hand with other security agencies, so it would be the right time to find out from you, how safe is our borderlines, especially this festive season where we know a lot of people may be coming in and out of the country?
Our borderlines have been secure over time, and let me use this opportunity to congratulate the security agencies because, and especially the Ghana Immigration Service, they are responsible for border security in this country, and they've been doing a lot of good work at our borders. And without them, actually, we have problems, and we collaborate a lot with them. We have a representative of the Ghana Immigration Service in the technical committee, the Land Technical Committee. In addition, we have seconded staff from the Ghana Immigration Service, the Ghana Armed Forces, and the Ghana Armed Forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, and then we have representatives from the Bureau of National Intelligence Bureau, who are seconded to the Ghana Boundary Commission at the Operations Division, who work at the Operations Division of the Ghana Boundary Commission.
Now, as we wrap up the conversation, let's look at your assessment of the performance of the Ghana Boundary Commission as the year 2024 comes to an end. How would you assess your performance so far?
I would have said that's very good because the Ghana Boundary Commission has been able to make a lot of inroads. Currently, we serve as one of the mentors for establishing boundary commissions in Africa. I remember very well during the year, the SADC countries were brought down to Ghana for Ghana to coach them on how to establish boundary commissions. Again, Ethiopia and Sierra Leone and Guinea, we had the opportunity to coach them in establishing boundary commissions. In addition to this, the first heads of Ghana boundary commissions, heads of boundary commission in West Africa, the first conference was held in Ghana, sponsored by ECOWAS. This is to recognize the work of the Ghana Boundary Commission so far as a delimitation, reaffirmation of international boundary lines and maritime delimitation of maritime boundaries are concerned. We've done a whole lot of work so far as our international boundaries with Togo are concerned. We've reaffirmed no less than 400 kilometers jointly with Togo. We've reaffirmed no less than 150 kilometers on the Ivorian side, and currently we signed various agreements to start work on the Ghana and Burkina Faso border.
Thank you so much, Major General Emmanuel Kutia. He is Commissioner General of the Ghana Boundary Commission. We appreciate your time here on Newsdesk. Now, let's take you to Parliament. Today, the Education Minister is expected to brief the House on measures government has put in place to clear the debt owed the West African Examination Council. WAEC says it is uncertain about releasing results for senior high school students who sat for WASI months ago as the scheduled release date expires today. Now, the impediments, WAEC says, are due to the Ministry of Education's delay in clearing a 118 million Ghana cedis debt, leaving WAEC unable to repair broken scanners needed to process objective test answer sheets. Well, Head of Public Affairs at WAEC, John Kapi, says they can only make headway after fixing the scanners. And he joins us live here on Newsdesk. We appreciate your time. We know that the Education Minister would be before Parliament shortly just to brief them on the plans they have in place to pay off the money they owe. But just clarify for me, how much do they still owe as we speak?
Thank you, and good morning to your listeners. As we speak, the government owes us an outstanding balance of 118.9 million Ghana cedis.
I know that you had a timeline to release WASI results today. How is that faring? Will it still come up today, or you are not going to make that happen because of the impediments you're facing?
Well, yes, per our calendar, we should have released the results today, 19th December. But with the challenges that we've put out there, it is not possible for us to release the results today because we have not finished with the processes.
Walk us through the processes that is yet to be completed and how the non-availability of the funds you need is actually impacting on the process.
Right. So currently we have the scanners that are meant, scanning the objective answer cards that are broken down to be fixed so that we can continue with the scanning of the objective answer cards. Now, second, we also have to increase our bandwidth because we have in excess of 460,000 candidates who wrote the examination. And once the results are ready, we have to upload them on our website. Now, so we would need to pay more to be able to get that space to upload the results. Okay, so immediately for now, we need to fix the scanners. Now,
I seem to be losing connection to John Kapi. He's head of public affairs at WAEC. I'm hoping he would position rightly and then join us, just giving us a sense of what is happening and why there are uncertainties about the release of results for WAEC as the deadline they set for themselves has elapsed. Well, thankfully, I still have him with me. Mr. John, please make your point. You were just finalizing.
All right. So I was saying that there was an outstanding bill of 25 million we had to pay to the technicians.
Unfortunately, there are technical challenges we are facing. Getting clear connection to Mr. John Kapi, just painting a picture for us. WAEC says that they might not be able to release the results as they have stipulated based on their timelines because of delays in receiving the needed funds from government. We know that the education minister would today be before Parliament because the speaker summoned him yesterday to provide answers and also plans as to how government plans to clear this debt. This debt has accumulated over a period of time and WAEC is complaining about it. I'm hoping I have better connection to John Kapi at this time. Mr. John?
Yes, I'm still here.
Great, I'm glad you're back. So just finalize on some of the issues you were raising for us.
Right, so I was saying that we still owe our technicians about 25 million Ghana cedis, and they are asking us to settle that debt and guarantee payment for the work they are about to do. So we will need funds to pay them and then also pay them when they finish doing the work right now, and then also get money to be able to increase our bandwidth so that we can upload the results online when they are ready.
Looking at your schedule, because I know that you work alongside with other West African countries, when exactly were you supposed to release the results?
So the results should have been released today, 19th December. But let me just add that with the WASC, Ghana has not been able to align its academic calendar with that of the other member countries. So they have already written the exams and they've released the results. It is now left with Ghana to process and release the results for our candidates as well. But we're still working with
I seem to have lost connection to John Kapi once again. He was just giving us a sense of what is happening when it comes to the difference between our calendar and the calendar of other West African states. He just told us that the deadline for the release of the results ought to have been today. I'm just hoping I have better connection to him now so that he can finalize on the point as to when exactly they would be releasing the results, looking at the impediments before them. Mr. John Kapi, now you're back. I cannot trust your internet connection, so I may have to wrap this up earlier than I envisaged. So just tell me, currently, based on the impediments before you, how soon do you plan to release the WASI results?
Well, our release of the results will depend on when funds are made available for us to be able to finish with the scanning of the objective tests and also make provision for us to upload the results when they are ready. So when these are made available, we can record, because our office breaks for the Christmas period tomorrow. And so if the monies are available,
Well, once again, unclear connection to Mr. John Kapi. Well, you heard him there. They can only make available the results when money is available. And that's why being in Parliament is crucial for us today. Our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent will be updating us as the day goes by as to what is happening in Parliament. We know that the Speaker of Parliament yesterday summoned the Education Minister, Dr. Yao Educhum, and we're looking forward to that meeting and the answers he would be providing, because the Speaker wanted clarity as to how this government plans to clear that debt. We know that the transition team is already in full force and a new government will be taking over. So we want clarity as to if this government will clear the debt, will they roll it over? All that questions would be answered in Parliament, and we'll take you there in subsequent bulletins. Well, more than 3,000 students at the Kwashman cluster of schools have been displaced from their classroom, disrupting academic activities. This follows a fire that destroyed their school building, which was being used to store electoral materials for the 2024 general election. The fire is suspected to be an act of arson. Instead of attending classes, many students are now home, while others are loitering, waiting for their turn to write exams. My colleague Jacqueline Ansumayewa spent a day at the school. She filed this report.
It's 10:30 a.m. on a hot Wednesday morning at the Kwashman cluster of schools. Learners are seen loitering, whilst others sit on the bare ground under the scorching sun, waiting for their turn to write exams in a borrowed space nearby.
We are come to write exam, so we should stay.
But so what happened after? Did you write the exam?
Yes,
Which building?
here at our
But that's not your class.
3 block.
That's your class.
No,
This is supposed to be your class.
yes,
So you wrote the exams.
yes.
The fire has burned all the books.
You'd all be confined there. And that building is what building?
The teacher's staff.
That's where you'll be at.
Yes.
We are a lot.
For parents, the situation is heartbreaking.
My child attends this school, and I also run my business here. Yesterday, I asked her to take some of my things ahead to school. Not long after, she returned with the items, saying the school building was burnt. At first, I didn't believe her, but other children confirmed it. When we came to the scene, it was heartbreaking. This situation has deeply affected us, especially since the students are currently writing exams. My child is in Form 3, and this disruption is very troubling for us.
Another parent, visibly distressed, shared how the crisis is negatively impacting her work life. I'm deeply concerned about the children staying idle at home. It could take 2 to 3 months before they are called back to school, which is troubling, especially since they are in the middle of exams and examination fees has already been paid. Now, instead of learning, they'll spend their days playing at home. I have 2 children, and because of this issue, I can't go to work. I have to take them with me everywhere, which has disrupted our daily lives. The education director for the Ablekuma North Municipality, Perry Ofori, painted a grim picture of the aftermath.
That particular block, it contains one primary school at the ground floor. Then there are 2 JHS schools, one on the first floor, one on the second floor. And the ground floor where the fire was started, that place is a library. A very big library, well furnished. And then on top of that one, we have an ICT room, a science lab, and then staff office. You saw the cracks, and even some of the plastering on the wall. A lot of the place has peeled off. So in fact, the building is damaged. If you look at that particular block, it contains 2 JHS, which is double streams, plus a primary school 1 to 6. So we are talking of roughly 1,200 learners where the fire started. But now, because it is a crime scene, as the police are describing, the whole enclave, we have more than 3,000 students on the enclave. That's the number that is out now. And so until they open up the places, we have about 3,000 learners who cannot have their education there on the compound.
Beyond the impact on education, residents living near the school are raising serious safety concerns.
The fire has started. We didn't. She came first. She came first inside before I opened it. So when she came in, she said, "Daddy, I've seen some men around, and one was standing just in front of our house." I said, "Oh, maybe he's waiting for somebody. We sell things here, so we thought maybe he's waiting to buy something." That's affecting us in so many ways, both, I don't know, security-wise, we are feeling that we are not safe. Because the people who came, we don't know them. And they can send some other people to come and be making some skirmishes to hear what is going on. Okay. Like what I'm doing now. Yeah. If I may say something which goes, or I mention anybody's name, you know what will happen. So me, I'm not mentioning any names. I don't know them.
For now, the fate of the school and its learners hangs in the balance. The ruins of the Kwashiman cluster of schools stands as a stark reminder of the challenges ahead, not just for the students whose education has been disrupted, but for the entire community that is grappling with safety and recovery. Reporting for Joy News, I'm Jacqueline Ansuma Yaboa.
Away from that, unmatched brilliance and a stunning leap in performance. That's the story of Ghana at the 2024 UCMAS International Competition in India. From just 4 trophies in 2023, an incredible leap has happened. Now, Ghana has won 17 trophies. Ghana's young stars left the world in awe. My colleague Emmanuel Jivenu traveled with the team to India. He filed this report.
Ghana, let's hear it for them. Bronze Cup winners. Participants are Shaurya Gurbani, Asidu Michelia, Yeboah Yuan Asua, Osafo Ediji Samuel Bin Kawane.
Ghana's red, yellow, and green soared high at the 31st edition of the UCMAS International Competition in India, competing against more than 6,000 young minds from 30 countries. From 4 to 17 trophies in 1 year. That's the story of great growth and greatness.
Afram Ahmad Gildia from Ghana, Amata Godslow Bubuni from Ghana, Ando Jason Naeme from Ghana, Asamoah Dua Pauline from Ghana, Diboro Precious Akosua from Ghana.
The 4 categories they competed in, A1, A2, B, and D, tested mental arithmetics and abacus skills to the limit.
I was so scared. My heart was beating so fast. I was like, if I don't get this trophy, what will happen to me? What will happen to me? But luckily, today, I got this champion trophy, all thanks to God.
I am proud to be a Ghanaian, to be a student of Rice Montessori School, to make everyone proud that I got a trophy on my first time of an international competition.
It's very exciting to do UCMAS, and it helps you to be a mathematician when you grow up.
I won this trophy for my family, my country, and my school.
Ghana's youngsters did not just compete, they conquered. Their grit was evident even on their grueling 2-day flight to India, where they continued to practice tirelessly.
I even cried yesterday because I reached 184 over 200. I cried. I was not even able to eat. I was praying. The next day when we checked, they told me that I've won the competition. I was very excited and happy.
I put a lot of hard work into it, and I practiced about hundreds of papers to get this trophy.
I also thank my siblings, my teachers, my friends for all the support they have given to me to come here to get this far.
Couldn't have done this without all my supporters.
as well as my parents, my friends, and my teachers. I would like to dedicate this trophy and everything to my parents and my instructor.
I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. Thanks to everyone for helping us do it. We are bringing the trophies home. It's for Ghana.
This year's success did not happen by chance. It was the result of a dedicated support system of trainers, parents, and the technical team at Moria Education Limited, the face of UCMAS in Ghana. Their business development director, Roger Ohimi, received a special recognition on behalf of the institution for pushing the frontiers of UCMAS in Ghana.
I give thanks to the technical team for the great and wonderful work they did. Last year was a lesson to us. Though we did well, we came more prepared this year, and we wanted to make Mother Ghana proud, of which the outcome is a clear indication of our achievement and our hard work over the period.
The echoes of success may have faded at the UCMAS arena, but for Team Ghana, the celebrations are just beginning as they return home in few days' time. Emmanuel Jivenu, New Delhi, India. Joy Prime.
And money forevermore. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray!
Well, we're looking forward to welcome you when you come to Ghana, and I'm sure you'll be giving us an exclusive interview, Team Ghana, all the way. You're still watching NewsX. We'll be back with business updates. Please stay tuned in.
Welcome back to Business on NewsX. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. The German corporation GIZ and the Ghana TVET service have graduated 150 young professionals in the Female Talent in Construction project, an initiative designed to equip young graduates, particularly females, with industry-required skills for employment in the construction sector. Head of Component for SME Division at GIZ, Eunice Ejapon, highlighted the need for infrastructure development to drive Ghana's economic growth and social progress.
In Ghana, women represent just 3% of the construction sector's workforce, highlighting a significant gender imbalance in the sector. This underrepresentation is largely due to a limited access to training opportunities and societal stereotypes. The Female Talent in Construction project recognizes that increasing female participation in construction could improve diversity, boost productivity, and help address the sector's growing labor demands. Speaking at the graduation ceremony, Head of Components at SME Division at GIZ, Eunice Ejapon, said the project will bridge the gender gap in the sector.
The FTC project is a significant step towards addressing the skills gap in the construction sector and creating an inclusive society in which women have equal opportunities. The project has run a 3-month intensive training program in 2 cohorts. So the first part provided technical skills upgrade training. There were also other trainings comprising of occupational health and safety, business development skills training, and soft skills development.
Greater Accra Regional Director of the Ghana TVET Service, Engineer Juliana Nkrumah, said the Female Talent in Construction project provided the platform for young females to unearth their potential and vision for solving real-world problems in the construction industry.
We are witnessing an intensive 3-month journey for each of the cohorts of dedication, inspiration, and commitment, fueled by skills in finding solutions to today's challenges. We are proud to see so many females pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Initially, we thought the construction industry is dominated by males, but now females, this is possible for us, so we are pushing it, isn't it?
The 150 participants will be licensed under the Ghana Institution of Engineering and will be awarded the German C certification, accredited by the Delegation of German Industry and Commerce in Ghana.
Moving on, Sarah Development Organization has described its coconut waste project which was funded by the European Union under the Circular Economy and Local Development Program, as a success. The project was created to provide opportunities through value addition to coconut waste in the La Nkwantana municipality. The report has more in it. The aggregation of coconut hacks is expected to create 100 jobs for the youth within the La Nkwantana municipality. Also, 50 youth received training in various entrepreneurial schemes and sustainable waste management practices. Speaking to Joy Business at the closing workshop of the project, Country Director of Serrat Development Organization, Dr. Lucille Abrakwa, explained that even though the European Union will stop financing the initiative, there are laid down plans to keep it running through self-financing.
Well, we believe that even though the project has come to an end, it's not the end because of the business case of a project. It's not the end of the impacts that we'll be seeing. That we have the facility here that will be still collecting the waste, processing, and also selling to market actors such as AgroPower West Africa. So the project has just ended because the funding is we will not be receiving funding from the EU, but the processes will go on. The factory will still be in operation, the aggregators will still be collecting waste. So I believe that as we access more markets for the factory, we would be able to expand to other vicinities or other municipalities within Accra and even beyond.
The head of infrastructure and sustainable development at the European Union in Ghana, Paulina Rosiska, explained that the aim is for the project to spread across the country and create more jobs.
Well, the mindset of this project is to putting circular economy idea into work. So where other people saw waste, Serrat Development Organization, our partner for this project, saw opportunity to develop a business and create job places, turning the waste, and concretely coconut waste, into viable commercial products for on-sale to the commercial companies.
That's all for business. My name is Winston Taki. We'll be back with more after this break. Stay tuned.
Well, thanks for staying with us here on NewsDesk. Now, before we go, Christmas is a special time of the year for a lot of Ghanaians, not just because of the celebration of the birth of Christ, but also because of the love around the air. My colleague Esther Nkrumah visited the bustling streets of Osu to find out from patrons what exactly makes Christmas special to them. She filed this report.
When you see the streets of Accra and major roundabouts lit up with glittering fairy lights and beautiful decorations, you know it's that time of the year again, Christmas.
Come and behold him, born the King of angels.
Christmas is a favorite time of the year for many people. For some, it's more than just a religious significance. It's a time to show love to others, bond with family, and well, it's about the excitement of receiving hampers from employers and loved ones. And not to forget the much-deserved break from work.
We're here on the vibrant streets of Osu to find out what makes Christmas truly special to people. Is it the joy that comes from giving, the warmth from family, or perhaps something special? We'll find out.
We individuals, we normally see that as a whole year that you've been alive, then as the year is going to end, you need to give thanks to God, and at the same time, to celebrate with your family. Just gather your family and then just show some love and make them happy. Yeah.
So for you, Christmas is about Thanksgiving and also celebrating with family.
Yeah, exactly, because Christmas, for the whole year that since you've not been in a hospital, and then if not encountered any issue, then you need to give thanks to the Lord, because it's not everyone who got it.
You use that holiday season to reconcile with families, spend some time together, and it's also something good. Yeah. But to me, being alive alone, get to spend time with families and friends that I haven't seen for a long time alone, is enough for me.
The presents.
How about you?
Okay, for me, during Christmas, most family come together to celebrate. So I think family from different parts of the world, they all come together. So it's like a family reunion for me.
Okay. So for you, it's family. And for you, it's a present. So what present do you want this Christmas? In case your parents are watching you.
Okay, so I need a new headset.
And for others, it's about the food and the Christmas decorations.
About the Christmas tree, when you see it, you know that yes, Christmas is on. And about the Santa dressing, it's so beautiful and nice. You see it and it's all fun and you are laughing. You're like, yeah, people are happy and it's nice.
Mine is the food. You see people, that's when delicious meals and the food, you bring out your cooking skills. So yeah, you eat correct food.
Okay. What's your favorite Christmas meal?
Most people like the rice with the chicken and stuff, but I would like to go with the fufu. You see the fufu? Yes.
Like some nice fufu and some very good goat light soup.
Yes.
Whether it's the food, spending time with family, or the beautiful Christmas decor, one thing is certain: Christmas holds a special place in our hearts. For Joy News, Esther AC Nkrumah's report.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Well, that's how we wrap up the bulletin. For more news, please log on to myjohnline.com. Some top stories there. We see MP for Norton, Samuel Kujato Ablakwa, saying that we won't witch hunt. We'll focus on transparency, not revenge. That is coming from the chairman of the Operation Recover or Loot team. You can read more stories there. My name is Faustina Safo. Have a pleasant day as you enjoy the rest of our programs.